This is a proven strategy, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be giving real-time care operator data as we move along. Now, there's 3 steps to this strategy, 3 steps. And the first is to become noticed as a great place to work, as a provider of great care. Call it PR, call it profile raising, call it increased brand awareness. You need to be noticed and seen. And what do we mean by media coverage? Well, we mean your local press. If you are local care homes, it's the local media where you want journalists to be writing about you. That includes your regional television and radio, and online, of course. This is what's called kind of traditional PR. Then you need to be thinking about digital PR, and the digital platform of choice for most care operators is Facebook. But Facebook posts, organic Facebook posts, do not cut it. What I mean is, if you do Facebook posts and you just want to celebrate your good news, your great quality of care, your great care staff, and you want to reach tens of thousands of people per week, per month, organic does not cut it. You might get 200, 300, 400, maybe 1,000 people to see your posts. But you want to be using tens of thousands of people. So you need to be using boosts. We're going to come on to that a little bit more. These are the foundations. Now, what do I mean by press coverage? Well, there's some examples. This is your printed press, it's online, it's television, and it's radio. By the way, journalists love good care home, good care operator stories. Your regional press, they love them. Every care home, I repeat, every care home should be able to get press exposure at least once per 6 weeks, 2 months, to celebrate your great care, your great staff. Regional journalists in particular love great stories, whether it be your reminiscence therapies, whether it's been your dedication of your staff, whether it be how long your staff have been working with you because they love it so much, whether it be the activities that you'll be doing, whether it's your personalized care. Journalists love good care operator stories, so make sure you are pitching to them. You want to be noticed, you want journalists to be writing about you on an ongoing basis. My one tip for you is write a story on a plate for those journalists that you are pitching to. You want to be in the scenario where journalists are copying and pasting those stories that you are pitching to them. And this way, you will have complete control of that message and that story. So what do I mean? Well, there's a nice example for you. A real life example, something you'll all be familiar with, a good CQC report. 300 words, eye-catching headline, and lovely quotes from your manager, perhaps your staff, and ideally your family members. And the key here is to write the story for the journalists. This is a real life example. Myself and my team have literally pitched hundreds of these stories. This kind of process will get you guaranteed coverage on an ongoing basis. Remember I talked about part of this step 1, the digital PR, Facebook. Well, here's a nice example. Hilma, she loves her care job. She's been a care assistant at this particular care home. This story got the press coverage. We have lovely photos to go with it. But then you want that story to fly on Facebook. You want the people to engage with it, so you need to boost it. There's strategic thinking going on here. There's the use of emoticons and there's a nice eye-catching first line. Look at the numbers. 634 likes, 98 comments. That's 98 people in your area joining you in celebrating and praising your wonderful care home, your wonderful care service. The number of shares, 10 shares, just an example of some of the comments that come in. There are hundreds, 100 of those comments. And don't forget, this is all people in your target catchment area. Step 2, part of step 1, Facebook on fire, another example. A particular care home during Dementia Action Week, where we're helping them celebrate their wonderful dementia initiatives. You all have them. You're doing it. I know you are. With this particular story, yes, you see that. That is correct. 13.8 million people saw this story. 236,000 people sharing that one particular story. Not every story is going to go viral like this, but this is truly viral. And 200 quid towards a Facebook boost. Step 2 on this 3-step process. You want to be recruiting staff without recruitment agencies and without job boards. You need to be doing Facebook ads. Why? 100% of care operators use Indeed and other job boards. Less than 0.5% of care operators use Facebook ads properly. Facebook ads to recruit care staff is for those operators wanting to be proactive and innovative. Michael, my colleague, when he looked at this slide, said, Adam, that's too cluttered. It is too cluttered, I know, but let me go through some of the do's and don'ts about Facebook ads to get new care staff. Use eye-catching but informal photos of your staff. Use different ads, use different words. Use dozens of them to let out Facebook's algorithm tell you what works best. And use smartphone videos. Don't worry about being overly professional, overly corporate, overly branded. This is Facebook. You want people, you want these possible new care staff to engage and be interested. You want to be not necessarily writing job ads. You want to be conveying stories about how wonderful you are as a care home or a care operator. Getting a little bit technical here, you want to capture the name, email address and phone number of possible new staff by using something called Facebook lead forms. And on these lead forms, you can ask some of those qualifying questions to staff who are interested in working for you. What experience do they need to have? What attributes do they need to have? But you want to be talking about your care service as a great place to work. And don't forget, you are reaching these people already via your Facebook stories. This is real life data. Urban care operators, rural care operators. Look at the bottom one there, a rural care operator with 2 homes during this is a month period. £11.50 per interested applicant. Don't forget, They're not applying for a job, they're interested leads. I'll come on to step 3 in a moment. You're using Facebook here. This is not a job board. But on this particular care operator for interested applicants for day and night care workers and senior care workers. Now, step 3 on this strategy. This is where you have to work. But where there's work, there's results. A Facebook lead is not an application. It's not a job application. Now, when you are getting these Facebook leads, there are various strategies you can be doing. You can have automated chatbot sequences. Our strategy, our recommended strategy, is get on the phone and speak to them. Show them the love. We all know how difficult it is to recruit care staff right now. So you need to be phoning them. You need to be emailing them. You need to be leaving messages. And then you must do it on repeat. By engaging and talking with them, you are qualifying them. That human touch is absolutely vital. These people you are reaching on Facebook, they're not on the job boards. They're not with the recruitment agencies. You need to show this lead you are interested in them. The process you must be following is to then qualify them as suitable for interview. And then there's been many, many recruitment experts during this show. They will tell you you need to follow up, for example, when you've got them for an interview, to make sure they're happy to attend. They will be attending, and you're showing them again that you are interested. Here are results. I just want to drop down to that bottom one. You see the one in green? £251 ad spend per new care employee. Yes, employee. It might be around about £400, but that's real life data. Now look at this particular example is 1,258. Facebook spend, the 27%, so out of those leads that you get, 45 Facebook leads, 12 are appropriate for interview. That's a 27% rate. 29% for senior care workers and 44% for night care workers. The numbers come to 200, on this particular example up to this time, was £251 ad spend per new care employee. I just wanted to show you this. This shows the work that's required. And this is what we call a heat map. It shows what happens when we call, when we email, when we do that follow-up, which is so vital. This gives you a kind of sense of the information that you can collect, and you'll all be familiar with this. And the green means someone's appropriate for interview, and the red means someone is not. This, I said, was a proven strategy, but don't take my word for it. Here's what a couple of care operators using this system have been saying themselves. So follow those 3 steps. They work. Thank you. Now, remember I asked you whether you have any questions. Please fire away if you do have any. I think I did mention, maybe I didn't, those pretty little sheets in front of you. If you would like to sign up for a future webinar, then please put your name and address and details there. Also, if you are wondering whether this could work for you, please just email or text roadmap to that mobile phone number, and I'll happily drop on a call with you to find out whether it can work for you. Do it now, or at least in the next 5 minutes. That would be great. Don't worry, there'll be no nasty sales pitch on that roadmap call. Thank you very much. And if you have any questions, please fire away.
Hello.
Hi.
Going back to step 2, slightly techy question.
Yeah.
We're using Facebook ads to try and recruit people. You know that Facebook algorithm changed last year. How do you target people to, because we can't get drivers and female people, it's too generic.
Yeah. Yes, there is Michael, my Facebook ads people, who would be best placed to answer this. But yeah, with recruitment, you are very limited how you can target. I know that you can do the targeting based on, particularly if you have videos on people who watch that video. So I don't know if you are using that at the moment, that particular targeting method.
Videos and text.
Sorry?
We're using videos and images.
Yeah. With the images, you can't retarget people. As far as I know, Michael's not with me today, but on the videos, if you had a video, let's say, of a care member saying why they love working at your particular care home, what you can do is target, and presuming that people watching that particular video might be people who might be interested in working with you, you can target those people who watch that video. Does that help? That's just one way, but I know you're absolutely right with recruitment. I think Michael, what he tends to do is like a very, very blanket approach based in areas, based on particular, I think on ages you can do it, but you are limited with recruitment, particularly if Facebook finds out that it's a particular recruitment ad, then you are limited. But I think video is one way to do that. I hope that helps. Anyone else with any particular questions? I will just talk about the Facebook ads, because that is quite a technical element. My recommendations is that you allow Facebook to do its own algorithm work by testing a number of different images and videos. Carousel images we find do work particularly well. Why? Don't really know, but carousel images of members of your staff included in those carousel. A carousel image is when you have a number of different images coming in during one particular ad. And I would stress as well, when you're doing those ads, encourage people to show an interest in working with you rather than a job ad as such. Remember, you're using Facebook ads to generate interest, excitement, rather than here's a job ad with the salary, with the rates of pay. It's a very, very different approach. And as I mentioned, and I think you saw from some of the results, it does bring results. Thank you.
I appreciate that like after you watch people, then you follow up with like interview. How and often and how do you follow them up? By email, you ring them to remind them about the interview.
Yeah, phone, email again. Yeah, I mean, people don't answer their phone. You have to leave that voice message. You have to ring them back. And yeah, it's Michael and my team who do this. They're on their case. And when I say on the case, they're on the case in a human way, because they want to show that particular person. They are very interested by the idea of them coming to join them. So it's kind of switching, like, rather than hoping and waiting that the staff will come to you. We all know the situation. It's turning the tables by showing them you are really interested in the idea of them working for you. How does that sound to you as an approach, an idea? I mean, you're working on the cold face, I presume. Yeah. Sorry, I can't. If you pick up a microphone, no.
So I've met issues where you write people for interview and then wait when they never turn up.
Yeah, it happens. Yes, yeah. What percentage rate might that be? What percentage rate of interview no show are you having? Yeah. So yeah, you need to remind them of the interview. You need to phone them, remind them where it is, remind them that you're excited for them to come in. That can increase that conversion rate of people turning up. And that is, that's a skill in its own right. Yeah, I hope that's of help. If you'd like to, talk to me further about that, about how particularly Michael does that, I'm very happy to go into it further. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Sorry, I was just going to comment back to the lady. One thing that seems to work is if you ring them up the night before, or the day before, sorry, and you say, oh, I just wanted to check, do you like to drink tea, coffee, so that I can have it ready? And then that just gives them that feel of, oh, it's such a nice company, welcoming company, and it kind of makes them feel guilty if they don't turn up.
Yeah, I like it. Yeah. I mean, while we're here, if anyone else has these kind of tips to share, then please fire away. How are we doing the time? Great. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you so much.